Today we're interviewing Enoo Napa, a South African DJ. Tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Enoo Napa. My real name is actually Superior Mkiza, you know. Many people are surprised by the tag, like the artist name. They don't even know that I'm South African up until I tell them that I am South African. And I'm a self-taught producer from KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, Umlazi in South Africa. So how did I get here? Man, it's crazy, eh?
A long road.
It's very interesting, but I've been producing for quite some time now, and I think the consistency of my work, you know, is what really led to this day.
Right. So you're a self-taught producer.
Yeah.
That's impressive. How did you manage to? How did you get there? Like, how did you like take you? How did you get? Did you get on from YouTube, or you just got your
well,
fiddled around and?
I actually started off as a hip-hop producer. I produced hip-hop first before house. And at the time, I used to hang out studio with guys who were recording gospel and stuff. And I just used to stand just behind them and look at what they're doing on screen, you know, and stuff like that, and just pick up pointers from them. I was also a rap artist at some stage, you know.
Wow.
Wrote lyrics, and yeah, I can still drop a few punches, you know, like punch lines, not punches, like, you know, but yeah. And YouTube has been helpful because, you know, the guys there, they'll put like some tutorials there. You just need to go there and just type how to do this. Then, you know, Google and YouTube will. Yeah.
Found like your inspiration, or who were your inspirations?
I listen to a lot of music from jazz, R&B, hip hop, you know, just to take certain elements and infuse them with my sound, you know.
Right.
But in terms of who, you know, Blackcoffee would be there. Tula the song, you know. It has been mainly South African acts, but then you just have to cross borders as well, and overseas you'll have your ad jazzes.
And like, have you started working with some of your inspiration?
Yeah, I'm actually signed to one of the biggest house labels in South Africa, Soulistic, and it's always been a dream, you know, to be around such a label, you know, with the history that it has. Well, I've always been inspired by Blackcoffee, Tula the song. I mean, he's no longer a part of Soulistic, but he'll always be a Soulistic brother, you know.
Right.
My inspirations would be those two brothers, you know, and
have you managed to work with any of them?
Currently, no.
No.
But who knows what's gonna happen in future, man. Right. You know, being signed with them, man, it's massive. I still can't believe I'm there. You know.
Would you say that's like that was a life-changing moment for you?
Definitely. I mean, you start off by listening to the music that came out through the label. Then you know the guys that are within the label, like Blackcoffee, Tula, Shimza, like the list is endless. Da Capo, man, you know, and it's so inspirational. It's just massive to be part of that team.
Yeah, right.
You know,
to be considered, you know,
so
the same caliber.
I would say my sound was the reason why I was signed there, you know? And yeah, I mean, there's really not much to it. They heard the sound and they just wanted to ensure that they, yeah.
You talk about your sound being the attracting factor. When you're performing, a lot of, you know, artists, they have a certain vibe that they try to portray to the crowd to get them hyped up.
Yeah.
What would you say is your type of vibe?
I keep it simple, man. I actually feed off the energy from the crowd. So the experience I've gained just by traveling to certain places like Europe, the crowd, the intimacy of the setup. I think I love that most, as opposed to having the audience. You know, yeah, and
so intimacy in terms of the crowd to the DJ.
Yeah, like that boiler room type of vibe. Right, I love that when people are just here and they're there for the music, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I feed off that. If people are right next to me, then I just get going. When
was your breakout year?
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. this is just the beginning stage. It's like buds and nodes, man. You know, they'll pop up and then who knows what's gonna happen. But in 2013, I put out this song, a remix for Jackie Queens, who's a Zimbabwean vocalist who is based in South Africa. I did a remix for one of her songs titled Conqueror, and Blackcoffee picked up on that around 2013. And I think with him playing it, with him being such a big figure, you know, for the South African house scene, and him having to play my music, people started picking up on the name, and you know, and I had to continuously put out more work. You know,
you have to keep that momentum.
And I think for me that was the turning point, because after that, I just went all out. You know, I was like, because production was just a hobby for me, like
so that
something
was,
I
that
could.
Was 2013. 2014.
I was like, production, I can do it as well. But then when I heard that Blackcoffee is playing my music, I was like, okay, maybe I have something.
Will you be producing your own tracks this year, or?
I always produce my own tracks. I produce my own music with the help of a great deal of friends. I mean, it's always good to have people, brothers, who can actually share their knowledge as well, because, I mean, in life nowadays, you don't really make it on your own, you know? You need that someone to actually, you know, guide you, and in many ways, you know? It doesn't have to be on the production side. It could be just life on its own, you know, so yeah.
True. I think Afro House is becoming like a really big thing in Africa, especially East Africa.
Yeah.
You know, just to have like a South African artist performing here, you know, people notice it when you have an international act from South Africa, and everyone sees South Africa as like almost the home of Afrobeat, you know, the home of Afro House. So
yeah. Well, we'll keep growing, man. Definitely. It's always good when we branch out and we connect, you know, as Africans, as brothers.
Yeah.
And to take it far as well. I mean, I'm here to drop knowledge wherever I can, like drop what I know, and also to learn.
Would you say London was the best venue you've ever performed in? Best atmosphere, best vibe, everything?
Definitely. I still can't shut it out. You know, every time I close my eyes, I see it. It's there.
London.
You know, London, Troxy, Blackcoffee, the audience.
Right.
Man,
it was a big night then.
It was very big. Opening for a figure like BC. Man, I cannot really put it in words, but it was an eye opener for me. I mean, I've played at Shimmy Beach in Cape Town. I've played in Ibiza, Spain. I've played in Nigeria as well.
Really?
You know, I've really started.
You prefer London to all those places? Or you preferred that night?
That night, yeah.
Okay.
That night. It was, man, longest set ever for me. 3-hour set. Oh, man. But it was worth it. It was quite the experience.
What would you say is important about having your own style? This day and age, being a DJ, having your own style. Why would you say that's important? Because there's a lot of, you know, unique DJs who do have their own style but just don't make it the way you're blowing up right now. What would you say is important about it, and how you get it out there?
Well, firstly, it represents you. It tells people exactly who you are, you know, without the face. Just with people, they can actually pinpoint who it is just by hearing similarities or that constant sound that you always put out. So I think it defines who you are. And it's what really should come across every time people play your music and so forth. I think it is very important. We have a lot of producers, a lot of DJs. Many sound alike, you know, but it's like your fingers. You know, your fingerprints, sorry. It's like fingerprints. Everyone has them, but they're unique, you know? And I think being original and being who you are is what sets you apart from the most, you know? Yeah, so that's basically it, man.
All right. And would you say in your sets, when you include other artists' tracks, do you try and keep it similar to your kind of identity?
Definitely. I mean, it's a journey, man. When you take people on a journey, because I have this dark ambient sound, which is cinematic in a way, you know, with a lot of strings, drums, obviously, and pads. I love taking people on a path. Like, I want them to travel through the set with me. So if I were to incorporate music from other artists, it'll be similar to what I have, because I think that's how you best tell your story.